The days when Raila could play games with us are over. We are not going to allow this thing that he is trying to do again. He wants to feed on the blood of the children of this country. Mr. Raila is just angling for his own stomach. He's not angling for anybody's stomach.
Yes, how are you everyone? How was your day? Few days back, Okia Omtatah came out to destroy the ODM party and Raila Odinga combined for working with government to nominate 4 cabinet secretaries in the Kenya government. Even me, I was heartbroken. When will Kenya start being with the opposition, a credible opposition without joining government? In fact, whenever opposition joins government, it is the government that gains because it lacks a credible opposition. Okia Omtatah came out categorically to say that Raila Odinga is using Kenyans at every political stage to gain, sometimes without inquiring from his peers. And I think he's right, because in 2007 it was justified. What about 2013? What about 2017? What about Ruto now? Okay, so I think Okia Omtatah was justified to say these statements. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the statements which were made by Okia Omtatah, what they mean in Kenyan politics, but most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of Kenya. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So before we proceed, I want to first explain the category and the caliber of Okia Omtatah. Okia Omtatah is one of the senators who came on a minority party. In fact, his election was not influenced by any kingpin. It's like Peter Selassie. They won this election based on people's like. So by him coming out to counter Raila, I think he knows more, and is among the very few politicians who have fought hard for this country, even to an extent that he normally goes in courts to argue cases, yet he doesn't have a background of being a lawyer. So when we all know that there are some ODM members who are going to join Kenya Kwanza government, and ODM wants to have their cake and eat it, ODM is coming out to say that they remain in opposition, yet they are not coming out with a hard stand against these individuals. Because whenever ODM members have came near State House, Raila has come out to call them traitors, has come out to call them hypocrites, has come out to call them all names. But these 4 names which were proposed by Ruto, they are not coming out to call them names. Or they are saying that they are free to go, but for them they remain in the opposition. You clearly see that there were some talks between Ruto and Raila Odinga, but since it was backfiring for the ODM, they are coming out to say that they remain in the opposition. Before I speak on this more, let me first give you the tape as Okia Omtatah was saying these statements. Yeah, is the tape.
The days when Raila could play games with us are over. We are not going to allow this thing that he is trying to do again. He wants to feed on the blood of the children of this country. He did his part, but it does not have to be that he only fights when he's out of government and he becomes part of every other government. He extended Moi's stay in power. He extended Kibaki's stay in power. He extended Uhuru's stay in power. Now he wants to extend Ruto's stay in power against the wishes of Kenyans. We have to call him out. He's just a mortal like all of us. We have given him respect, but we don't fear him. Mr. Raila is just angling for his own stomach. He's not angling for anybody's stomach. He has not even demanded justice for the kids who died. How can he be rushing to go into government when kids have died, even some we don't know where they are? People have been abducted, we don't know where they are. Before going to negotiate with a criminal, why would he demand that the criminal comes clean on what has happened to this country?
That is Okia Omtatah. And for me, is exposing information which is in the hearts of very many Kenyans. Time must come, not for the opposition to always stand firm on what they believe in. And what pains me more These protests which were done by the Gen Zs, they were not done by Raila Amolo Odinga, they were not by they were not done by ODM. But it seems that ODM is ripping off these protests, which were not done by them. Okay? You clearly see how ODM is reaping 4 cabinet slots. Yet, the people who died, the people who took on the streets were not from ODM. In fact, I hope to see one of the Gen Zs in cabinet like Boniface Mwangi or others, because they were the ones on the streets. You clearly see it is politics at play. You clearly see that these people are not for change, they are for inclusion. In fact, what Ruto just did, just handed him the 2027 victory. Unless there is a third force that can emerge to take on Raila or Ruto. There is no way that Raila Odinga will come back in 2027 to tell Kenyans that he's opposing William Ruto. There is no, I know he will come back for as long as life. In fact, I keep on telling people that for as long as Raila Odinga is alive, I don't see him not running for presidency. Even when he wins the AU chair, who will resign. Remember, he has ever been the head of infrastructure in the AU. When time came to run for 2022 presidential election, he resigned in this election and came back here. So let nobody lie to you that he doesn't want to be in politics. That is why he is coming out with the entire ODM to backtrack, because that was a poor decision for the ODM top ODM honchos to join Kenya Kwanza government. And what pains me more, that they joined at the expense of those who fought for William Ruto's government. So by Okia Omtatah coming out to say these things, William Ruto is gaining more because Okia Omtatah comes from Western Kenya. Okay? Remember, even the Westerns are not so very happy that Raila Amolo Odinga is doing that way. In fact, in the next wave of an election, instead of waiting for Raila Amolo Odinga to negotiate them to enter cabinet, yet they picked Mudavadi, they picked Wetangula, now Oparanya from their region. They will rather vote for Raila Amolo to be in government other than voting Raila Amolo Odinga to be in the opposition and wait for negotiations. Okay, so I think that was a bad decision by the ODM. Okay, to accept these appointments. I know they are now trying to double speak, but it is true that even before they were appointed, President Ruto came out to say that he's consulting with different stakeholders. So I think they made a decision. Now they see that this decision was not correct. Okay, that's why they are not coming out to call them names. I know when ODM has not, when it has not liked something, they will make rallies. They call those people names, but they are not coming out to call names. All they are saying is they are free to go, but we shall remain in the opposition. This is not the same language that was used on Jalango and others. Jalango was called a hypocrite and traitor just for going in state house. David Ocheng has been called names just for going in state house. These people are joining government, they are not being called names. It means that there was a deal that was made. In fact, for those people who are saying that, for those people who want to know how they call Jalango names, here is the tape.
Na katiba mpya hii, mpango yote ya maendeleo inapangwa na bunge. Sasa wewe unajitokeza kisirisiri, usiku unasikia umeitwa sijui na nani, waziri fulani, sijui permanent secretary, hatimaenda Ikulu. Hakuna mtu anataka usiende Ikulu. Lakini nimwambia chama mimi nataka nimealikwa kule ili tushauriane. Naenda kufanya nini? Mimi naenda kutafuta maendeleo. Maendeleo ya mama yako. Hiyo ndio sisi tunasema tunataka. Kama wewe unaona wewe umeshika makanda yako na mezaa mkono yako kidogo, jitokeza kwa kiwanja. Tuone na wewe kwa kiwanja. Ama sivyo?
You clearly see that there is a difference. For these individuals, they are saying they are free to go. For other individuals, they call them names. So who's fooling who? Of course, that's my opinion. Do leave me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on the YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Audio